Hello, fellow bibliophiles, and welcome back to Blatantly Bookish. I'm Marissa, and today I have decided to resurrect a series on my channel, the Paper Crane Conversations, where I fold some paper cranes and just chat with you about life and things that are going on, some things I'm enjoying lately, some more non-bookish things, although some bookish things as well, don't get me wrong, because most of my life is full of books, and that's just part of my life. But yeah, originally I found that talking in front of the camera was very difficult for me. It still is 5 years later. So I have a habit of making paper cranes while chatting with you, and it makes talking just a little bit easier with these chatty, less edited videos. So grab yourself a nice cup of tea. I've actually already made myself one that I will grab as well, and join me for just a cozy little chat amongst friends. So one of my passions besides books, of course, is tea, and I have one of my new favorite teas here today. I have Yorkshire biscuit tea. It's a British tea, it's a black tea. It has this just delightful, malty, sweet taste to it, and it is so good. So good, guys. I'm gonna have to buy more soon. I got it online, and I'm a little obsessed. Think I am going to need to put this down though, because no matter how much I drink, I'm still going to be worried that I will spill this all over my equipment and all over myself. So one more sip and away it goes. So this week I actually have taken a bit of a break from reading for various reasons. I was reading Wolf Hall by Hilary Mantel with a whole group of people for the Wolf Hall along. It's going well. It's a massive book, but you can see I'm pretty far through it. But this was not the book for me this week. This week has been a particularly difficult week. My husband, actually, his family had a medical emergency, and it's been really difficult. I haven't been able to focus on books that are kind of heavy, as this one is. It's all about, Thomas Cromwell and his rise to power in the Tudor period as an advisor to Henry VIII. There's a lot of politics. There's a lot of focus that's actually needed to absorb this book. And this week, it just wasn't possible for me to focus on this. And yet I felt guilty turning to a different book for some lighter comfort. But maybe that's what I need. Maybe I need something light. Maybe I'll read an Agatha Christie. She's not exactly light, but she's light in her own way. And I do think Death on the Nile comes out soon. So I'd actually really like to see that, and I'd like to read the book first. So maybe that'll be a good distraction for me. This week has been all about finding good distractions for my husband, and, his friends coming over was a good distraction. I have been playing some video games with him. He's been really enjoying Destiny, which I haven't been watching. There's not really much we can do for the situation, and that hopelessness is just kind of hard. Hopefully everything will improve and get better. I think the situation is already improving ever so slightly, but it's still a really stressful time, and it's been really hard, you guys. And I'm just trying to be there and be supportive and deal with my own emotions as well without, burdening my husband with them. So it's a lot. I'm gonna grab one of these to get us started here. I focused mostly on comforting my husband, and I turned to some other activities, some less taxing activities. I may as well use Wolf Hall, actually, as a little rest here so that I can make these paper cranes. I've turned to TV a bit. I've been watching New Girl, which is a really fun show. Very comic, very light, and I just started that. I think I'm actually on season 2 already. I've also been turning to art. I've been collaging quite a bit. So this is February's spread. I've kind of titled it A Love Letter to Literature because there's a lot of different references to love, Valentine's Day, and literature. There's this kind of sexy pinup girl down here who's reading because reading is sexy. That was actually the caption next to her that I cut off because I didn't want to include that in the collage, but yes. And then there's actually this envelope which opens, and guess what I put inside? I asked people on Instagram to guess, but it is part of my favorite love letter of all time in literature, and I'll give you 2 guesses. That's right. It is the letter from Captain Wentworth in Persuasion. You pierce my soul. I am half agony, half hope. Tell me not that I am too late, that such precious feelings are gone forever. I have loved none but you. So great. I love Persuasion. I love Jane Austen. You all know that by now. But I think it's fun to put that in here. And actually, I meant to stain it with tea the other day when I made this collage, but I wasn't drinking tea at the time, so maybe I should just stain it now? Lots of things happen on Paper Crane Conversations, I guess. Yes, I am going to just kind of stain this with tea now. Hopefully it doesn't make everything run together. It's a pretty light stain, though, because there's milk in here, so I don't know. I realize you can't see what I'm doing, and that's kind of weird, and this is curling, and this is not good. I'm going to put this down now. So yes, that was definitely a mistake to try to stain that with tea on camera. Especially if I had thought that through, I probably should not have used tea with milk in it. It would have stained better. Anyway, I'm absolutely in love with this spread, and I also have some other pages just so that I could write things, also on the theme of love letter to literature. I have so much fun journaling, you guys, and I'm excited to keep this up throughout the year. Let's see what else is going on lately with me. I connected with a friend from college recently. We keep in touch on and off as our lives allow. She's actually a grad school student, so she's still studying, but she also wrote a novel, which is so cool, and she hasn't shown it to anyone yet. And she sent me a copy of the manuscript for feedback. She is just looking for, kind of structural feedback, like how is the plot, where could she expand things and create more depth and character development and things like that. But it's a step in the right direction, and I'm just so proud of her for writing a whole novel, and I feel really honored that she wants me to read it, and I'm just so excited to be a part of that, and hopefully I'll be able to give her some decent feedback. I don't work in publishing. I work in healthcare. I'm a dentist, and it just means a lot to me that she trusts me enough to read her manuscript and give feedback like that. I'm so excited. I read just the first few pages, and already I can tell that she's a very talented author. So that's a project I'm really excited for, and I will ask her how much of it I can share with you and what kinds of things I can tell you or not about that project that I'm doing. Let's see what else is going on with me. I got back into yoga, which is something that's really exciting for me. I did yoga a few years ago pretty religiously, but then I injured myself and was kind of too scared to start again because I was afraid I would just keep injuring myself. But I've learned a lot since then. I've learned about my body and what pushing yourself feels like as opposed to injuring yourself. And I've learned some exercises to strengthen muscles that are just inherently weak in my body. And muscular imbalances a lot of times are what cause injuries. So it's important to keep those strong so that I can keep doing yoga because it is so relaxing and so helpful. I actually successfully completed the Yoga with Adrienne 30-day challenge. This year, her theme was move, and I can't believe I did all 30 days. It's absolutely amazing. And I have a very good friend to thank for that, Heather from Fresh Parchment. She's actually on BookTube, and we've been holding ourselves accountable doing yoga in the month of January and really into February a little bit, although I think both of us have fallen off the wagon a little in February. But it just feels so good to move your body every single day, even if it's just a little bit. And it's been so wonderful to go through that journey with her. So I can't recommend Yoga with Adriene enough. She's my favorite yoga teacher, and I think she's just phenomenal. Her classes are free. They're on YouTube. And whether you're a beginner or you've done a ton of yoga in your life, I think her classes are wonderful. I really have trouble connecting with some yoga teachers, and I find that her instructions are absolutely spot on almost all the time for me. It's like she just gets me. So I'm a huge fan, and I've been waking up earlier every morning just so that I can do some movement with her. I think that might be all I really have to chat with you guys about. That's kind of what's going on in my life in a nutshell right now, and some things that I've been enjoying. What are some things that you guys do in times of stress? What are some feel-good books that you love to read? You know, a lot of people gravitate towards children's books. I think Agatha Christie is always a comfort read for me, as is anything by Terry Pratchett and, you know, the Discworld series in general. I've also really been enjoying P.G. Wodehouse and craving his comedies, so I might pick one of those up too. We'll see. Hopefully I didn't depress you guys too much. But yeah, have you been watching any good, relaxing TV shows? I actually just learned that Wolf Hall is a TV show as well, so maybe once I finish the book, I will watch that. Though, if it's anything like the book, it's probably not a light, comical TV show, so something that's like the opposite of that is what I'm looking for here. What is your favorite kind of tea, or what is your current favorite tea if you are like me and your tea tastes change now and again? How are you guys doing? I hope everything is going well with you. It's been so nice chatting with you. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you in another video very soon. A more bookish video very soon. Bye.